Hello.
Hi.
Alright, we are the Tinseltown Twins, and today we're going to be going to the beach with beach movies and knockoffs.
With Frankie and Annette and people who aren't Frankie and Annette.
Yep.
Much to our chagrin.
Alright, so before we start, what'd you buy?
Okay,
What's added to the Instagram account?
Well, 2 weeks ago, I got some musicals, Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire. And then last week I got more film noirs, and I took advantage of the Criterion collection at Barnes & Noble and got the new Marlene Dietrich, Joseph von Sternberg collection in Senso, along with noirs. And then, what did you get?
I also took advantage of the 50% of Barnes & Noble, which
we'll be getting more of.
Yeah, we're going to be doing the whole month pretty much, because take advantage of this. I always say go for the box sets because they're just...
Exactly.
They're steals at 50% off. So I got the Apu trilogy and the Marseille trilogy. Haven't seen the Marseille trilogy. I've seen the Apu trilogy in college. It was very good, so good to own. And it was... just this week, it was my turn to do Summer of Noir, and instead of doing straight noir movies, I did precursors. So I did Little Caesar, The Petrified Forest, and Fury, of course. I've seen all these, they're all great. But we also got, finally, one of our favorite movies, I'm a Fugitive from a Chain Gang. Found a new copy of it for a good price, so I locked that down.
I mentioned what I got this week. I got some stuff from the Universal Vault series, because they got some new stuff, some stuff we'd been dying to own, like the Jungle Princess. I've always been like, when is the Jungle Princess coming out? Because I want to own it, because I saw it and I loved it and I want to own it, and now I do. So sound like Michelle Wolf there. I don't want to do that.
All right, well, they're not posted yet, but they will be. Okay, so, and for the past 2 weeks, who were the 2 girls of the week you had?
I know it was AmeriCorps Day last week, and this week it's Jane Bryan.
Yeah. I know this week I have Charlie Chase.
And
yay! Who was last week?
Jean-Claude. Your
guy. Oh, yes, of course, Jean-Claude Burley. Yes, I
love him.
Yeah, I liked doing that. All right, now let's go to the beach. Alright, so we're gonna start with the one that started it all.
We'll be going alphabetically, just so you know.
Yeah. Well, before we do this, let's just quickly say what we think about this series, because we watched them, obviously, to riff and make fun of. And I think that these movies are annoying and obnoxious, and they're just bad. Oh, they're the type that, the singing is fine, but it's the plots, they're all over the place. There's like a million plots in these movies, and plots. I hate all of them. So it's that type of
sometimes I'm always just like, can you just stick with the main plot, because that's the most interesting one? Well, anyway,
I hate them all.
Well,
I do, I'm just saying.
I didn't say I liked it, it's just more interesting.
I know.
Well, with these movies, they're mindless, stupid stuff.
They're really stupid. Although they're like, I think they seem to be aimed at like a early teen audience.
Yeah, but I think they are pretty tiring to riff sometimes, because there's so many plots. But in a strange way, they're also easier to riff because there's a lot of people we know in them, because they're made at AIP, and a lot of times they have cameos. They actually get good actors in them.
Yeah.
And you'll see a lot of singers you like, because they get a lot of guest stars, like with singing. They have Stevie Wonder in one. We didn't riff that one, but we will someday. And I know right now he's the best part of that, because we love Stevie Wonder.
Yep.
Because who doesn't? If you don't, that's...
Yeah, I know. He's the best.
That's awful. I feel bad for you. But like with me, my main thing with these is they don't offend me, but
they offend me.
I mean, because we riff stuff like, when you riff stuff like Golden Donkeys are nothing.
But at the same time, I find it offensive to both men and women these movies.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the way they sexualize people, because, I mean, compared to today, it's very tame. What I'm talking about is the relationships in these movies. Everyone in these movies would be so much happier if they all broke up and never saw each other ever again. They really should. These are bad relationships.
But to finish my thought, even though they are mindless little stuff, like entertainment wise, what really makes me really angry watching them is that you have two amazing singers, Frankie and Annette, who are incredibly likable too.
Yeah.
Off like when they're not in this beach setting, especially. And they're actually good actors too. Mm-hmm. So you see them sing songs that are not worthy of their talents at all.
No, some of them are more memorable than
others. They are. Yeah. But I just feel like the main thing I just don't like about the series is it wastes these people, and sometimes you have Tommy Kirk too, and it wastes him as well. It always stars people I like, and I don't feel like I'm getting the full benefit of seeing them. When you have someone as musically talented as Frankie Avalon, you would never know he could play the trumpet watching these movies. He never does it.
No, or like that. I mean, watch Annette in a Disney movie rather than this.
Yeah, and watch Frankie in something like
Panic in Your
Zero. Exactly. Like or Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. You'll have a lot more fun.
It's just, and we didn't even get to the worst part of these movies, and he's in pretty much all of them, is Harvey Lembeck as Von Zipper.
And what's upsetting also is because he's really funny. Yeah. And like in Stalag 17,
he's great.
We love him in that. Well, obviously it's one of our favorite movies.
Yeah.
But watching this, it's like this movie is just where talent comes to die, because you would never know these people are amazingly talented people.
But the comedy is so broad, it makes it just I just want to yell, how stupid do you think we are?
I know.
Like, you're insulting your audience. I understand this is made for, a semi-young audience, but like, again, like teen audience, but it's no.
And if performers like Buster Keaton and Robert Cummings can't make this stuff funny, nobody can.
Yep.
It's lost.
Alright, let's finally talk about the movie. Okay.
First one, beach movie from 1963.
Beach Party.
Beach Party, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Beach movie might as well be called that. It's a beach
although
movie.
It is the best of the bunch that you're going to get here, definitely. Main reason is because Robert Cummings is in it.
And he's in it with Dorothy Malone.
I know. It's easily the best parts.
I was like, can't I just get a movie with these two people in it? I don't even care if it's the same stupid ass plot. I just want them in it.
I don't even know what they're doing here. Like, because they were busy at the time. He had his own series. She was in Paid in Play. It's like, aren't you guys busy? Like, why are you making this movie? You're so much better than this.
They, I guess,
gave
had
money.
Time to
Good
spare,
money.
Yeah.
They better have gotten paid well, because they deserve it.
They needed bigger names, I think, for it. Yeah. So
this was the first time Frankie and Annette were together.
It's the first movie. They needed a bigger name, so they were like, oh, let's turn on our TV. Who is on it? Okay, let's get them. Yeah, but
this was also,
they're fine in it.
Well, obviously, when have they ever not been
they're
fine
good
in
everything.
We're big fans of Bob Cummings. We love that Bob. I think this was actually when he was between series too, like before My Living Doll. So, but this was while Paid in Place was on, if I'm not mistaken.
Might be. I don't.
Or it was right before then. But either way, they're too good to be in this. Because they were still.
Either way, they were busy during.
They were still at the top of their careers. Like this would. And granted, AIP did get illustrious talent for their movies because they were famous for like their Roger Corman horror movies, the good ones.
Yeah, and again,
like Vincent Price movies, which are good.
Yeah, AIP is again low budget considering, at least compared to other studios at the time. It's not Poverty Row, but it's but I mean, they still had fine movies.
But like their horrors are like the Hammer of America, which is really saying something.
Yeah,
like they did stuff like The Mask of the Red Death, which is an amazing movie. Hence why there's so many horror movie cameos. It'd
be hilarious if that was on a double bill of a beach
Oh my
movie.
God, that'd be offensive to everyone involved.
Well, okay, so they're fine in it.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Did you expect anything else?
Yeah. We were watching, we're like, wait, are they in this together? Awesome.
Like-
oh, wait, why are we watching these stupid teens? No!
Like, Robert Cummings even made us laugh once or twice because he's just that
Just
funny.
because it's because he's so likable.
Yeah.
No, they do and I do want to mention, because when I wrote my review to this, I mentioned how his character's in the beard. They do the Good Fairy thing where I love it in the Good Fairy. It's great in the Good Fairy where he has a beard. And
well, it's because Herbert Marshall, when he has a beard, he actually looks
he
could be older.
Yeah.
Even with Tom Drake and I'll Be Yours,
also
believable.
because Robert's beard in this is cartoonishly over the top, whereas like in I'll Be Yours and the Good Fairy, they have a beard that a regular
like a
man would.
Van Dyke beard.
Yeah. Like with this, it's like, you know, it looks like he's in Amish country.
I know, they look like Freud and like the Good Fairy and All the Years. And this one, it seriously looks like a fake beard. And also because Robert Cummings was such a fit man, like he was famously crazy about health.
Yeah.
Like he looks amazing even with a beard. So you're just like, I'm not buying this.
Well, like when he shaves it off, like because he's like in the Good Fairy, and that makes him like shave it off, and then like when she sees him, she's like, "Wow, you're good looking." It's like, what?
He was good looking before.
that clearly like fake looking beard you were wearing had a good looking guy.
Like you could still tell he's handsome. This isn't a shock to us.
Watch the Good Fairy.
Yeah,
or I'll Be Yours. Watch either one.
I mean, of the beach movies, if you're going to riff one, I would recommend this one. Of all the ones we're going to talk about, this one. It's
well, at least I recommend.
There's
it
not
to
as many
start
plots
with.
going on. And
I recommend it to start with, and we got Dodie McRae in it too.
Yes, you do. He's in a lot of them.
Yeah, he's the big stupid one.
And for those of you who don't know, he's the son of Joel McRae and Frances D.
Yeah, and
one of them.
And I mentioned this in my review, and I'm probably gonna mention it again. I am going to. I hate Frankie's character in these movies.
Imagine taking someone as likable as Frankie
he's
Avalon.
fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him.
This is just how bad the writing is. You take someone as likable as
his character. Oh my god, I hate him because. And it'd be one thing if this just happened in one movie, but in every goddamn one of these movies, and we haven't seen all of them because I have to take long stretches between these
like the knockoffs. That's fine, whatever.
But I mean, so Frankie in every one of these, he cheats on Annette, and then when she shows interest in another guy, he's like, "What are you doing?" It's
because they break up over nothing, and then he's like, "Wait a minute, I don't want to break up with you." I'm like, "Okay,"
but he does it in every one, and it's
what a great plot, guys.
Yeah, it's like, no, she shouldn't be with this man, and there is something wrong with him. I get that he's just a stupid teen, but no, that's not an excuse. You are still an asshole.
Yeah, because sometimes they reprise their characters from this, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
So, and they're not really good at explaining
every time they
which
do,
one.
he's an asshole.
Yeah, I know. And they're never very good at explaining
which ones are part of the official canon,
like the storyline. Yeah.
Like, but I can't stand this character, and this is the first time I saw him. And even though I didn't know it was a recurring thing, I couldn't stand him in this one.
Yeah.
Every time he, just because the movie opens and he's saying like, "Oh yeah, I am very happy with Annette. I love Annette," and then once one girl walks by with a bikini, and she's super easy. He's like, I want easy, so he goes with her, and that's like, well, I'm gonna make you jealous of Robert Cummings, really handsome Robert Cummings, and then it works, and then he's like, the easy girl's too fast for me.
It's like the pre-code lady with a past if it made no sense.
If it was written by apes.
Yeah. And I actually listen to Frankie Avalon. I actually listen to his music.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember what song he sings in this. So it's
I remember Beach Party Tonight, Beach Party Tonight.
I do not remember that. It sounds like you made that up.
They made it up in 2 seconds.
Probably.
Not the only one, because most of the songs in these things I remember are like the title songs that just repeat the title over and over again.
Well, these movies don't exactly inspire great songwriting either.
No.
Next one, Pepsi. For those who think young. This is For Those Who Think Young, which is kind of like famous for being obviously sponsored by Pepsi. And when you're thinking, oh, this is going to be great. There's going to be a lot of product placement.
We were going to have so much fun with all the product placement.
Compared to today,
Nothing.
I was like, where's, like, they mentioned Pepsi like twice. I'm like,
they go to, the only times I mention Pepsi are if a character goes to a bar and says, "May I have a Pepsi, please?"
That's nothing. Like, that's like how normal people talk anyway.
I wanted to make, because when I was riffing this, I wanted to make so many jokes about how Pepsi is the god of this movie, and I was really bummed. I thought it'd be like Radar Secret Service, how Radar is god. I thought it would be like that.
But no.
Like, darn.
But don't worry, there was plenty of other stuff to make fun of.
There's a bunch of other stupid stuff to get mad at.
This has like an all-star cast, and a lot of them are before they were big stars.
And some are veteran actors. Yeah. Appearing in small roles.
Yeah, you get like at the end you see a lot of gangster actors, most notably George Raft playing like gangster roles, which is fun. And there's Jack LaRue, Georgie Stone.
Yeah.
And then in the end you also get a cameo from Roger Smith, like kind of playing his character from like The Detectives, which is funny. Mm-hmm. Which was the best part of the movie, probably. For those of you that like gangster movies and old TV.
Well, like when we were when all the gangster guys showed up, we were like, well, we can't complain too much about that, can we?
I'm not gonna make fun of them. Are you kidding? I like these guys.
And this is a movie with a bunch of plots, and none of them are any good. Well, so...
And it still wastes everybody, because there's, like, so little plot to go around.
The plot that I think was supposed to be the main one, but it doesn't have the most screen time, is the one with,
James Darren
and Pamela Tiffin.
And James Darren's a really good actor, too. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Not in this.
So, yeah. He's always in parts like this. I'm like, you're a good actor. Don't.
Well, clearly it was, again, it's just one of those... They were clearly meant to be the main couple of the movie, the main part of the movie, but the movie completely ditches them for all this, the other plots, so it's like, why are these two even here? The movie can just cut them out.
It's more like a knockoff Gidget, like, sort of, like, beach thing, without any of the charm and fun, and
Yeah, and his friend is played by Bob Denver,
and he's with Nancy
Gillis days, and he's with Nancy Sinatra.
And doesn't that sound like fun? You think it would.
You would think it would, but now this is what
pisses us off.
Pissed us off. She doesn't sing in this. He does. He does more than once.
We're big Nancy Sinatra fans, and so we naturally wanted to hear her sing because we love her.
It was like,
and she didn't.
But he sings, like, they're like, we have these two actors in this movie, let's have Bob Denver sing.
Everyone that sings, and Nancy Sinatra doesn't get a song? Like, okay. Like, even, like, James Darren, he gets, like, one or two, I think. Like, I don't really remember him singing that much either. He might not have sang at all, for all I know. I don't remember these songs. I remember the end song, where they're like, oh, daddy, oh, daddy.
Because I hate it. Yeah, me too. I hate every second of that.
I'm like, well, Ellen Burstyn is pretending she's having fun, and she's...
Oh, poor Ellen Burstyn. We'll get to her in a second.
We talked about her with Goodbye Charlie, too.
Yeah, seriously, her early stuff. At least it got better for her.
Oh, it gets better, honey, don't worry.
Yeah. Well, so, with, so I just remember Bob Denver's character gets, like...
And I liked him and Nancy Sinatra together, like, the idea of it, because I think they would naturally make a cute couple, but they don't play that up as much as they should have.
Well, like, James Darren and Bob Denver in this movie are, like, that very cliched, like, Froby relationship where, like, Bob Denver's kind of like James Darren's servant for some reason, and he kind of, like, abuses him. It's like if Bart and Milhouse weren't funny. That's what it feels like.
It's an awful thing to think about.
It's an awful thing to think about, because Bart and Milhouse are funny, so
I mean,
watch that instead.
Clearly they're trying to go off of Dobie Gillis thing,
that's what
especially
since
Dwayne Hickman made beach movies.
They clearly had the part written, and then they were like, let's get the guy from Dobie Gillis to do this.
Yeah. And another thing that really pissed me off with this is one of the funniest actors of all time isn't funny in this because he has, like, nothing to do. Paul Lynde. He's one of the funniest men, like, ever.
If I laughed in this movie, it's just because he talked. Anything Paul Lynde says, whether it's funny or not, is funny because he is hilarious.
I know. And he's
the best.
And he's in it with Tina Louise.
Like,
we gotta make Gilligan's Island references.
Even though they aren't, like, on screen together. But
But I wanted to see Paul Lynde and Tina Louise, like, do some fun stuff.
That'd be funny, like, if, like, Uncle Arthur and Ginger from Gilligan's Island in a movie together. Funny!
I know. Like, why, like, of course you want to see that, but it's not, like, everything here, it has potential, but it's not used. That's the main thing that just is that kicks you in the ass. And Annalie's also in this. I know.
I completely forgot she was
I know.
in this.
That's and she's a wonderful, wonderful actress. And then there's also Sheila Bromley in it too. Like there's a lot of great veteran actors. They do not use them. They do not use anybody in this movie the way they should be used. They do not use their talents, and there's so much talent in this movie.
All right, so the plot that clearly gets the most screen time it involves Ellen Bernstein,
which is the good part.
Yeah, she's like this
dowdy.
Yeah, like
believe it or not.
Yeah, like straight-laced type of character,
like school teacher kind of thing. Yeah, and she gets a makeover. Don't worry.
Yeah, and she gets a makeover, and she's like lusted after a comedian. What the hell was his name? Because he didn't really do anything. He bothered me too. His name was Woody something, I think. Yeah. Well, I'll just call him Woody, even if his name's not Woody. I'll call him that. But I don't remember him very well. But, no, like I don't remember his name or anything because he didn't really do much. But
he kind of looked like Jack Parr in my memory, at least. But but he's not funny like Jack Parr. It was
none of the
obviously
because he has a nightclub act in this, and so he's part of a nightclub act with Paul Lynde. Doesn't that? I'd watch that, but no, he has to get an act all by himself where he just tells jokes like he thinks he's Johnny Carson and it's not funny. Oh my god, it's not funny.
The reason why it's not funny is you have Paul Lynde like right there. You're like, okay, this guy's funny.
It's like, couldn't Paul Lynde say these lines? I'd be on the floor.
It would be funny then.
I would be on the floor just because, again, Paul Lynde is funny. But so
and this is a knockoff, by the way.
This is a knockoff. Yes, it's not part of the Beach canon. It's clearly inspired by the Beach movies.
A lot easier to riff than the Beach movies. It's definitely less tiring, even though there's a million plots. They're not developed enough to really drag.
The thing that just annoyed me the most was anytime there were these long scenes where the comedian was telling jokes,
and you're just seeing all this talent go to waste, which is annoying. But you can make fun of it for that.
Do I wish it was super silly with the product placement so I can make fun of it? Yeah, I do. I wish it was cheesy in that regard.
Maybe realize just how far we've strained in recent years when it comes to product placement.
Yeah, so it seems awfully tame now. But yeah, that's for those who think young.
We get to the worst one in the Beach series now.
I hated this movie.
And speaking of worst, wasting talent, it's The Ghost of the Invisible Bikini.
This is part of the Beach movie.
It is, yeah. It's the last one actually, which explains a lot. Yeah. And they're not even at the beach here; they're at a pool in like 2 scenes.
but that doesn't stop everyone from wearing beach clothes throughout the whole movie.
And once again, major talent wasted. Yep. Go figure. This one has a good supporting cast. We have Basil Rathbone and Patsy Kelly. Again, one of our favorite character actresses. She's so funny.
We have Boris Karloff and
in a very small
one of his very last roles. I don't remember.
Like I said, at AIP they had a lot of horror actors, so that's why they pop up in a lot of these. Because they were,
and he barely does anything, so it's like, oh, poor Boris.
Yeah, and it's like Beach Party has a cameo by Vincent Price, so stuff like that. They're mostly just there for
But Vincent Price was in there for a second, but
But Basil Rathbone's in quite a bit of this, and this
is Patsy.
Yeah, and this is really a knockoff of the Cat and the Canary scenario, and there's been a lot of those, but there's always something.
Yeah, it's if the Cat and the Canary was written by the team of Scooby-Doo while they were high, and then they were like, no, we need to make this stupider. And so they hired some crack addicts to write it.
And obviously the Cat and the Canary, like I said, has a lot of, has inspired a lot of movies like Horror Island and One Body Too Many, but those actually used talent. Oh my god,
and they were funny. Enjoyable.
Oh my god, wow! Imagine this is there's one part that I enjoyed in it, and once again it's Nancy Sinatra. She's in this one, and she actually gets to sing a song. And when you get her to sing a song, it's the best damn part of the movie. It's probably the best damn part in the whole series.
Well, also
I actually remember that song.
I remember it too. But her plot is terrible because Aaron Kincaid's character in the movie, he's in a lot of Beach movies. He completely doesn't know she exists, and
I don't notice Nancy Sinatra. I'm blind,
and so all these girls around Nancy Sinatra who can't sing to save their goddamn lives.
It's like a Paul Lynde thing. She's sitting right there.
Yeah, exactly. Why did you torture her by...
You only give her one song.
Why are you torturing her by having these people who can't sing to her? Well, anyway, they tell her...
in the last one she sang no songs. Here she sings one song. Just one.
That's true. Well, here, so
They make her.
They make her wear a bikini to get him to notice her.
And it works.
It works until he notices the ghost in the visible bikini. He's like, oh, she's hot.
Nancy's like, hey. And I'm like,
that's
Nancy,
how it ends.
Nancy, you deserve more than this.
Alright, so it stars Tommy Kirk.
Who we love, by the way. You might not know from listening to this.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be in a lot of these, but we actually really, really love Tommy Kirk.
Yeah. And Deborah Wally, who...
From Disney movies.
Yeah.
And I said, it's weird seeing them play romantic interests, because I think of, I don't know, I just always think of Bon Voyage, and they play brother and sister in that.
Well, yeah, and we'll get to, right, I'm sure we might get to it, might not. Well,
yeah, we will.
Yeah, okay. It's kind of a beach knockoff. We'll get to another one they're in together, which I know, technically speaking, on a technical level, more people would probably consider that worse, but to me, this one was unforgivable.
No, I wouldn't absolutely not say that.
I'd say this.
That one had some redeemable qualities to it, this one.
Yeah, you all had the animals, and we'll get to that,
That's what I meant.
You mean the redeemable quality, yeah. This movie could have used the animals, but anyway.
That's for sure. Yeah, this one doesn't even have, like, big musical guests. Like, all the other beach movies.
No, but we have Harvey Limbeck hamming it up again.
I know, like, getting stuck in this...
I should just say Von Zipper, I guess.
Yeah, we'll just talk about that, because we don't want to, I guess, bring down Harvey Limbeck too much, because, yeah, seriously, that's offensive. But he always gets caught, but he's getting caught in, like, the secret passageway, which is always in these kind of movies.
Always. There's like a million
but they're usually really entertaining to watch. Like,
put the candle back. That's what I wanted.
Topper Returns is another kind of canary.
Yeah, I like Topper Returns. Well, obviously,
yeah,
I've seen it a number of times.
And Dennis O'Keefe is in it, so obviously I love it.
Exactly.
But like I said, there's a lot of Cat and the Canary stuff that actually works when you put them in like the big comedy setting, because the Cat and the Canary became a comedy. But with this, it just doesn't work, because everything they do we've seen before, and everything that we haven't seen before we don't like.
Yeah. And by far the biggest
my god. I mean, we had to get to this.
Yeah. Insult of the movie is the climax. So it's very like cliche climax of everyone together in the big room fighting the bad
guys. More Mel Brooks reference.
Yeah. Fighting the bad guys, and there's a damsel in distress, in this case Deborah Wally, and so she's on the side to this log, like Pearl White style, and she's heading for a saw. It's like something out of like a knockoff James Bond movie, and the log is moving towards a saw, and you have to pull a lever to move it away. So the bad guys pulled a lever to get her closer to the saw, but Tommy Kirk, you know, her love interest, keeps coming back to pull the lever.
But he doesn't
untie her. He just lets her there. So of course the bad guys keep coming back. And it's not like, oh, it's because he was so busy fighting he had to...
No, he just runs away. I'm like,
runs away.
Tommy, what are you doing?
And you can even hear her, like,
screaming.
I'm like crying in the background.
I'm like, this is entertaining. I'm, like, seriously scared for her.
You're letting the Disney actress die.
I know exactly. I don't want to see her get hurt. Like, I've seen, like, lots, like, you know how many horror movies are more tame than that scene? And that was supposed to be funny.
Yeah, there's also a scene that I would... Like, just to show you how, you know, mindless and stupid this movie is, there's a scene where it's Tommy Kirk and Deborah Wally just walking in the park.
I feel like we're not talking, like you aren't getting the impression of how bad this is just from us talking about it. You have to really see it to believe it. But don't. But you have to be ready.
Tommy and Deborah are walking in, like,
the corridors.
The courtyard, and a knife is thrown at Deborah Wally, just misses her, and hits, like, you know, the tree behind her, and Tommy Kirk yells at whoever threw the knife, "Oh, you missed!" I'm like, oh, good, heckle the assassins.
In slasher movies, that's what they say before they get butchered.
Before, like, they split into two
half,
parts. Yeah. I'm sure this movie wouldn't have been above doing that cliche. Alright, so after that blunder, let's talk about another one, and I hate this one so much too.
How to Stuff a Wild Bikini. This one is just... I mean, this is probably the most all over the place of all of them, to be honest. Like, there's so many plots in this one that go nowhere. And once again, you have wasted talent, which is always fun to watch. And you have Frankie and Dwayne in this. And normally when they're in movies together, they have like a bromance, which you actually like because they actually have a natural chemistry.
Yeah.
Once again, they're very likable actors.
They are.
But here, they're not like in any scenes together. They're almost like rivals, which isn't fun to watch because I want to see their bromance. Come on.
They have more chemistry than anyone else in these movies. Well, so, and this is one where, again, I hated Frankie's character in Beach Party. I really, really, really hated him in this one because what he's doing
He's hardly in it.
No, but his presence is very much there. So he is on an island banging this girl that lives there, and he finds out through Buster Keaton's magic voodoo, like fortune telling stuff, black magic, that he finds out that, you know, there's a guy interested in Annette. He hasn't done anything with her, but, you know, Dwayne is interested in Annette. There are all these girls around, but he's like, I want Annette. So Frankie's like, well, I can cheat on Annette all I want with this girl, but we gotta make sure she doesn't do anything with Dwayne, so they send a pelican to keep an eye on.
Which is Buster Keaton.
Which is Buster Keaton, I think.
How offensive.
Yeah, well, anyway.
To comedy lovers everywhere. And the pelican laughs like Mickey Daniels or Cheetah, you know, that, and I'm like, why would a pelican sound like that? Like, when Cheetah does it, it's endearing, but this is just annoying.
Because this movie is made by idiots.
Don't know what a pelican sounds like. Well, don't know what birds sound like.
Well, I think that, it's just, there's even a song in this about, that Frankie and Annette both sing to Annette sings it to Dwayne, and Frankie sings it to, the girl on the island, that they're like, yeah, I'll cheat on, you know, my significant other with you, and it's like, well, these two really shouldn't be together ever.
We kept joking about how Annette should be with Dwayne. Yeah. That was our running joke.
She should have. Like, literally anybody else. She could have been with Mickey Rooney in this. And been like, okay.
Speaking of really wasted talent, Brian Dunleavy's also in it, which is...
She could have been with him, too.
Yeah,
I would have been fine with that.
And there's the Kingsmen in this, and Annette gets to sing with them, which is easily the best part.
Yeah.
The main part I remember, too. Like, when I think of this movie, I'm like, oh, see, it wasn't so bad. Think of this. And then I think of all the other million plots. I'm like, okay, this was really boring and depressing.
It's like, there's, like, a race competition and a competition about something else. I don't know.
There's always something going on.
Yeah,
like that,
it's just a lot of
really
noise.
Takes backseat to everything else.
I feel like if you were super hungover, these movies would be, you know, these movies would be torture.
Yeah.
Like, they are effective torture. That's what those old movies, when they would have, you know, those torture scenes, like old prisoner of war movies like Lives of a Bengal Lancer, what they should have done is just get them really drunk, have them hungover, and then just play these movies on a loop, because that would have worked.
They'd be like, which character am I supposed to care about? There's so many plots.
And they're all terrible people.
Why is Buster Keaton here? Oh, and at the end there's a cameo by Elizabeth Montgomery, because she was married to
William Afton,
who did these movies.
Yeah.
Which is bad. And once again, Talon, I'm like... And they kind of reference her Bewitched character, too.
Yeah, they really do. She's supposed to be Samantha.
It's like, I could be watching Bewitched right now.
I could not be watching all this noise.
Yeah, I could be watching something actually enjoyable.
Cheating characters, and Harvey, of course, is in this. Von Zipper.
He tries becoming a businessman, like, one part you, like, wears a whole suit. Like, girls, not this movie,
no. But, and there's a song he sings that's annoying.
Yeah, it goes on forever.
It does. It was like, I get that.
I feel like for his gang, I feel like they try a lot too, and I'm like, oh guys, no, it's not worth it.
But they don't like want to ham it up too much.
No, that's what I mean. Like they actually like try.
We have dignity.
Yeah, they actually try to like give it some like make it funny, but not like over the top. But they're usually played by the same people.
It's just everything sucked out of it.
Yeah.
And, well, there's also, like, a girl in a bikini who's, like, not just, like, Magic.
Yeah, played by Beverly Adams.
Yeah, you're right. It's Beverly Adams.
Who we'll get to later, also.
And
she's actually very likable. In other movies too. I mean, she's she isn't like. She's not like she doesn't play assholes in these movies where full of assholes. Like Annette. Annette's not never an asshole. You always like Annette.
Well, like, at the beginning of the movie, all the guys are super into Beverly Adams, and of course all the girls
she looks
are jealous.
Like Beverly Adams.
Because she's Beverly Adams in the bikini, yeah. And then, but Dwayne wants Annette until the ending where, Annette's like, I'm gonna go with my cheating asshole rat bastard boyfriend, so you should get with the girl in the bikini who you weren't interested in. He's like, okay, and he gets nothing in this movie. I'm like, this character does not deserve this.
She goes away, then I was like, hey, at least like let him get with Beverly Adams. I would have been like, okay.
Yeah. Also, like, on one part, like, Annette gets mad at him because he dates another girl at one point. Or, no, wait, it's not that. It's that he, like, invites her to his apartment. So she gets mad, and I'm like, okay, you're mad at him for that, but you're not mad at the boyfriend for cheating on you. Because she knows he's cheating on her. She gets, like, a letter about it, and everybody talks about it behind her back. I'm like, why do you put up with this man? Fuck this character. I hate him.
I know. Well, also, this was at the time when it seemed like AIP just wanted to punish Frankie Avalon.
Yeah.
Because how dare he get married? So it just seems like they're almost, like, making him
edging
even more
out,
like they're edging him out, making him have less screen time and making him less likable so that you don't like him, but that's not what the script wants, but it's like that's what the studio wants because they want to punish him, which is just insane.
Like, you can almost get a hint that in this movie
it seems like he's hating his time here too.
Yeah, I feel like this movie was written with two characters in mind, the Dwayne and Annette characters, to be the romantic interest, but then it almost feels like they shoehorned Frankie in, and then just made it the beach party characters. It's like, and I mentioned this in my review, I was like, couldn't this movie, it would have been way easier to follow if this movie, and, it wouldn't have a cheating character in it, if they just made them like, if Annette was just a different character, like she is in some of these other movies, if she was just a different character, not the beach party character, and gets with Dwayne, it would have just been way easier. And give Frankie,
like, a cameo or something.
Yeah, like they do in
you have to punish him or something, or whatever it was you were doing at the time.
Ugh. Alright, next one, we have a knockoff. It's a Bikini World. Doesn't that sound like a, good title?
And it stars beach movie regulars, Tommy Kirk and Deborah Wally, even though this isn't AIP. And this movie was made in 1967, but it acts like it's 1963, aside from the animals being in it.
Yeah, this has probably the worst, sound quality I've ever heard in a movie, because there are scenes, because this is filmed in San Francisco, there are scenes where apparently, filming on location in San Francisco is way too hard. So there are scenes where you can't hear what the actors are saying because they're being drowned out by street noise. And it's not even like they're outside in these scenes. They're sitting in a restaurant and you can't understand what the hell they're saying. So this movie, for riffing purposes, is really easy.
Yeah, it's very easy, and there's it sticks to one plot, so it's a lot easier to riff than the beach movies. Like, after this, it was kind of like
no Von Zipper character. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible movie. Like, on all technical fronts, on all writing fronts, it's awful.
It's just easier to riff,
but like
just on your brain
compared to all the. The other movies are just so congested. At least this one,
this isn't congested at all.
No.
And
it has one plot and it sticks to it.
And there's like characters' names, like for every time they said Delilah, we'd be like, "Hey, Delilah," and there was like a character named Pebbles, and we'd always say she was Pebbles Flintstone. So it was like pretty. So there's a lot of just really easy jabs to it.
Yeah, like you mentioned, there's a quote we said, like, when one character says, "Where's Pebbles?"
Like, with Bam Bam, but this one actually has a shining beacon of light.
Yes.
Like what it would be when Stevie Wonder is in a beach movie. This has the animals in it, and they sing the wonderful song, "We Gotta Get Out of This Place." I joke they must have been talking about the movie, even though it's about the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
But it can apply to the movie, too.
And obviously the song is great, the performance is great. They
see Eric Burden.
Yeah, for a movie with
easy on the eyes.
Yeah. For a movie with bad sound quality, they sound great in this movie.
I don't know why they ever, like, you would never associate the animals with a movie like this.
Yeah, well, we didn't even really, like, riff when they were on screen.
No,
We're like, no,
we were quiet.
we are taking this in.
Yeah.
We are, because this is the highlight of the movie.
But it's like, would you riff when Stevie Wonder, like, would come on
No.
screen? No, absolutely not. I would never do that.
I would want to watch him because I would be like, the good part, yes. You know, and that's what I was like with this. Like, yes, the animals. Love the animals.
Yeah, it's actually filmed pretty cool too, like because they're right by. Like they're in a monster like.
It's the best film scene,
which is a cool
too.
looking club to be honest.
No,
and
the club looks cool.
And this big like lion's head, it looked cool.
It's probably an actual club in San Francisco.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like that's probably why it looked good.
That's probably why it looks cool. And well, enough of the the amazing. Let's get to
the plot.
The plot is you've seen
the
like
non-existent.
You've seen a billion times,
and a lot better.
Yeah. So you've seen this plot in sitcoms. Okay, well,
it's Superman. Put on glasses. Who are you?
Yeah.
Well, at least he says he's twins.
He's twins. Yeah. So Tommy Kirk is like a player in this movie.
Big womanizer.
Yeah.
He's at the beach with his friends. But his like fraternity or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he sees Deborah Wally, and he's like, oh. I could settle down with her.
Well, I think his main interest at first
he doesn't want to settle down with her. He wants to bang her.
Which at least this movie is like honest with that. It's not
that's true.
Yeah, I mean because
it's because it's later. It's not.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It makes his intentions quite clear that he just wants to seduce her and lie to her to make her go to bed with him, but she doesn't fall for the same gag that the other girls do at first.
Yeah, and so he pretends to be his own twin brother
because she likes sensitive men. So he tries to be a sensitive man.
He's like a nerd with glasses and
he's called Herbert. And I was making a lot of Jerry Lewis references, like Herbert. Like I was doing that a lot, you know.
And then he's like, "Oh wait, I like her, but she knows. But will she love the real me?"
At first, liar revealed. She's bad. Like you see everything coming, but to be honest, it's done. It's way more easy to take than the beach movies because that's the main plot. There's not a million others going on.
Well, there is like an annoying climax in this movie that feels like it goes on forever.
It's like a triathlon.
I feel like whoever directed this movie, I don't remember. I think it was a woman's name. I don't know, but he or she, I feel, saw Lord Love a Duck and was like, I can totally do that. And then
didn't get what really
it didn't like because they were like I want to do a parody like that, but they didn't get. But it has like none of the black humor, and it doesn't just go with it like that movie does.
Or like they didn't get that it was a
black comedy.
I don't know.
They were like, I want to do a rom-com like that.
Like, okay, well then it's just basically another beach movie then.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It's simple and it's boring, and you've seen it a million times. And
if you want to start with the easier one, it's this one. I mean,
to riff,
because I said your brain's not going to hurt from all the plots like coming in with each other.
It's not as loud.
It's not going a mile a minute.
Well, it's not loud enough. That's the problem.
I guess so. But you can make fun of that.
Yeah, like we kept saying, like, what are you saying?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
See, you're riffing it already. Just go what?
What? I can't hear you, Tommy.
I'm sure it was beautiful.
Yeah. And think of all the Disney jokes you can make, which is what we did in this and The Ghost in the Invisible Bikini, because it's impossible not to.
Yep.
Think of Better Days.
Yep.
And now I'm sad.
She was in Summer Magic.
I love that.
He was in Old Yeller.
I know. He's in a lot.
Yeah, I know.
He's a very talented actor, too.
Yeah,
you would never know watching these. He's amazing.
He's great. But... yeah.
Can't stress that enough.
I know he took these roles just because he needed work, and he said he knew they were bad.
And so he doesn't give them any performance they deserve, which he shouldn't. They don't deserve it.
Why would you?
They don't require any performance whatsoever.
Yeah. Alright, let's move on.
Now we get to one of the ones we liked better, because this one was just...
well, I mean, it's a awful movie.
No, that's what I mean, but it's very easy to riff.
We don't have Rat Bastard Boyfriend in this movie.
No, it stars Tommy Kirkin's Pajama Party with Tommy Kirk and Annette. So we were making a bunch of Merlin Jones references, and we were wishing it was a Merlin Jones movie.
Disney anything.
Yeah. We actually really like them together.
Yeah, they're good together.
And even in these kind of movies, they still have chemistry.
No, they do.
Because they're just naturally very likable people.
Yeah, like you can you can tell that, these two have worked together before and that they're comfortable with each other. But, so this movie, one thing about it is it's way more ridiculous plot-wise. It's not just one of those, like, stupid competition type of things.
It's like they were trying to be so ridiculous on purpose, which is,
like, at the same time, it's too meta for its own good, because it's like, this movie just doesn't care, so why should I?
I mean, at least
the plot is ridiculous, and it's not like, you
don't feel like you have to take anything seriously.
And nobody in this movie is cheating on another person.
No. The plot's like Mork and Mindy, which is,
again,
but
if it was written by stupid
well, obviously,
people,
because I love Mork and Mindy, but so yeah, we're making a lot of Mork and Mindy references. But
no, we did at the beginning, yeah.
But yeah, Nanu. But Tommy Kirk plays an alien who comes to Earth, and then to see like what teens are doing.
He's Kirk from Orc.
Very good.
I made that joke in my review. I did not come up with that on the spot.
He actually falls in love with Annette, and then the movie's like, yeah, he's an alien, but they can be together. I liked that.
That was kind of funny. I was like, oh, is he gonna go back to his home planet? Oh, well, the movie doesn't care, and she knows he's an alien, and she doesn't care.
Well, Mork and Mindy can get married.
That's true.
And have an old man child.
That's coming in this. There's gonna be an egg.
I watched that.
Yeah.
And the movie also stars Elsa Lanchester, Buster Keaton.
Elsa Lanchester is one of those people who makes a movie better just by being in it, but I feel bad for her in this because she's given nothing to do.
And Buster Keaton's in this as a Native American, kind of like how he's a native in
that's where this movie really falls.
Yeah.
That is offensive.
And Dorothy Lamour sings the song, which is usually one of the
That's the best part of the movie.
And Dorothy Lamour is just naturally a very fun presence.
And I know that she actually liked doing that.
She's so nice.
Yeah, she's so nice. But yeah, I know
she's like, yay, I get to sing a song. I'm like, you're so nice.
Like, she had fun doing it, so I'm like, and you could tell, because watching her having fun made me have fun, so that was the best part of the movie, I'd say.
But there's one part where big blonde Bobby Shaw, she plays like a Swede. She runs up to Buster Keaton and she's scared and she's in practically naked and she sticks Buster's face in her breast. And I said, oh, now I know why Buster made this movie.
Yeah,
because there's no other explanation. Because he's plays such a offensive character here.
I feel like that...
Long way from the pale face.
Yeah, I feel like this whole characterization, it goes beyond, just movie having stupid stereotypes just because it's old and, that's what they did. It goes beyond that.
They didn't really.
No, they didn't.
64 especially, no.
It goes beyond that, and it's offensive, and it's stupid, and it's pointless. That's the thing. It's not even like it takes place out west. If it was one of those Western comedies like The Pale Face, you expect that type of trope. But in this, what the hell is it doing here?
Yeah, that was just probably the most frustrating, also because Buster Keaton's one of the funniest people of all time.
Yeah.
But everything else is pretty easy to take, and there's really random ass cameos in this too.
Yeah.
Dorothy Lamour at least has a reason to be there because she actually works at the shop they're at one part,
and she gets to sing a song. So,
but Dorothy Kilgallen's in one part. And I was like, okay, what's my line reference? But which I like making, but still, why is she here?
It added so much to the plot.
She's with Jodie McCrea at one part. And I'm like, okay, why is Dorothy Kilgallen here?
And again, Annette plays a different character in this, so it makes you wonder, especially since How to Stuff a Wild Bikini was made after this. You're why couldn't they just do that?
I know.
Why couldn't it just be its own thing? Why did it have to connect to these? Why did it have to be this stupid universe of cheating and so. Oh, I remember some of the songs.
The songs here are way more memorable than in any of the other beach movies.
There's a really weird scene where Elsa Lanchester breaks the fourth wall, and she talks to the audience, and it's like
that just gives you an idea of just how weird this movie is. Yeah, the movie doesn't care.
Weird. This is maybe the weirdest one.
It's okay, people are here just to have fun. They're not here for a great plot. Let's just make it really ridiculous. Yeah. And it's like. And so it's way easier to take then, to be honest. Because they're not, like even the acting, and they're just like, yeah, just go with it, whatever. I'm like, okay, sure.
The aliens look exactly like us. It's like, and they dress like they're in Teenagers from Outer Space. Sure, why not? And Frankie has a cameo at the end.
Yeah, he does. He plays one of the aliens.
And he talks to the audience.
Yeah.
So this movie is weird. This is the weirdest one. But at the same time, at least it's doing something different. It's bad and it's offensive. This one has all, offensive stereotypes and really ridiculous moments, and it has all like a stupid climax of the movie where everyone's fighting and falling in the pool, and it's so predictable. You're like, oh, that person's gonna get hit and fall in the pool.
What do you expect when they're standing by a pool fighting?
They're all wet. Isn't it funny? But it's doing, at least it's not the same plots with like,
there's a lot
guy
less
cheating girlfriend on the beach.
There's a lot less plots too. There's like 2 or 3, like rather than 5, so it's way easier on your brain.
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel like you have to remember a million things.
Well, you don't feel like every plot is just punching you in the face.
Yeah. Well, also you're not really, like, you don't even have to pay attention though, because like we said, it's just ridiculousness and it knows it. So at least it's self-aware.
Alright, next.
Ski party, and we didn't actually get to finish this.
Yeah.
But what we saw so far, it was the best of the bunch of the beach movies, along with the first one. But this one actually had some lines that made us laugh, which like never happens.
Like, it crossed.
It's because the way they say the lines there actually.
And it's because it has Frankie and Dwayne in it together, and they legitimately have good chemistry.
They do. And it's kind of like a hot plot, and when they're dressed as women, they look like bosom buddies. So I made a lot of bosom buddies references. Yeah. I love that. I love that show.
Because it's like, they definitely look like Buffy and Hildegard.
They do.
But don't expect, like, some, like, a Hoff from this movie. Don't even expect, like, a one, 1,000th of that. Yeah, it's just
or an episode of Bosom Buddies, but like at least I don't know. It has more attempts at humor. Like it's not like just like, oh, who cares? Like it actually is trying, like putting some effort into the humor, and it actually works when they try. Because this one's actually more worthy of trying too, because there's an actual attempt at a plot too.
This movie also has songs that are like it has. James Brown singing "I Feel Good"
and Leslie Gore's in it too.
Yeah, then she sings "Sunshine, Lollipops, and Rainbows," which, if you're like us and you're big Simpson fans, doesn't need an introduction. Well,
and guess what joke we made?
Yeah, really. Well, and I even remember,
and Annette has a cameo too as
a
teacher, which is actually pretty funny.
It's okay.
Like as a sex, she's like kind of like their sexy teacher, and we're like, yay, Annette! But yeah,
I think that
and Aaron Kincaid's pretty funny in this.
Like, he's funny.
Yeah, he's like the Osgood of this, like Joey Brown, and like as he falls in love with Dwayne Hickman as a woman, and even though that's obviously stereotypical, but the way he plays it is really funny, because like at the end he thinks that she like drowned, and he's like, Nora, my darling. He's so dramatic, and it's funny because of just the way he does it. But, of course, it would be the beach movie we liked the most that we wouldn't be able to see the whole thing of. Isn't that just our luck?
Like, there could be something that happens towards the end of it that's terrible, but
we wouldn't know.
Yeah, we wouldn't know, and I don't think anything like that happens in this movie.
Knowing the formula of these movies.
Yeah.
And they're in a ski resort, so they get to be at the pool by one scene, but it's also they're not at the beach, so they actually get to go have a change of location, which is refreshing, actually. It doesn't have beach in the title, so it's fine. But it's still a beach movie because of the cast. And Frankie Avalon is with Deborah Wally, and Dwayne Hickman's with Yvonne Craig, so they actually make cute couples too.
Actresses that you actually know.
Yeah. So and they actually get to be cute together, which is another nice thing about these. And it shows like Frankie and Dwayne are desperate to have girlfriends, so they try being women to see what women want. Haha. But I guess they find out they shouldn't be so desperate because women don't want that.
Well, I think that one thing in this movie that does kind of cross a line is when it's when Dwayne and Frankie as women are in
room.
Like a girl's like sleepover. They're in the room with them, and they're all in and Daryl going to bed, and then they have, devious things on their mind. But then, to the movie's credit, they don't do anything. They're like, okay, let's leave.
They actually say, like, they're sure, like they're like about to get undressed. Like, should we stay? And then they say, how old do you think the audience is? Like, they have a meta joke, which is actually pretty funny. They're like,
oh, 14.
We should probably leave. I thought that was funny, actually.
Yeah.
Just also because they have they're actually really, since they have done comedy, they have good comedy timing as well, especially together.
Yeah, as you see in movies like Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine. Not a good movie, and we're not going to talk about it today because it's not really it has the same actors.
But what's always our favorite part of these movies?
It's not part of the beach ideas, but they do have good chemistry. Yeah, exactly. But they do have good chemistry, and they play off each other very well. But Ski Party is definitely the one I didn't find myself just getting mad at.
And once again, there's not a million plots in this one either, so it's a breath of fresh air.
I only remember the one, which is,
the main one.
Yep.
And it's actually, and I said it actually has an attempt at a plot that, where characters learn something. There's, like, a arc. Like, there's an actual...
arc, it's not like,
it's not like it's not like it's super thin either.
Yeah. It's not like in
it's not just like Frankie's mad at Annette or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like they're dating these girls. They're trying to woo these girls. So they're not them hypothetically, going to a sleepover with other girls is not cheating on them.
No.
They're not in a relationship with these girls, but
and we are able to like these characters because they actually take the high road out when they are given the chance.
Yeah, it's just I mean, is the movie overall funny? No. Like, when we say we laughed, it was really only, once, twice, maybe. Yeah. But I think that... But, I wasn't, while these movies, the humor normally makes me...
And the idea is funny itself.
Well, yeah, in these movies, the humor normally makes me cringe. I wasn't cringing during any of the humor in this. I mean, some of the stuff that got, maybe a little too meta, or... And I like meta humor, I do, but when it's done, just, too... that's just lays on way too thick. I think it's kind of overstayed its time depending on what kind of movie it is. I think, obviously, in something like Blazing Saddles, it works perfectly.
Absolutely.
But I think, with a lot of the beach movies, when they do it, it's like, okay, that wasn't very clever, and that wasn't very funny.
Yeah.
I mean, and sure, there are points like that here, but I don't think it's nearly as bad.
Oh, absolutely not. This one, I said, it's seriously... change of location really becomes them.
Definitely. Having the change of location to change a plot.
And you actually let these actors have funny moments. We actually get to see them be funny because they are really funny.
And have an arc, not you said.
Cute couples.
Yeah, they want to have relationships with these girls.
Yeah, they're trying to bed them.
Yeah, they try to win them over, and that's really all the plot is.
And the songs are actually
simple,
but the songs are actually pretty memorable too. So overall, way better.
Yeah, I remember a song Frankie sings in this. Yeah, with so
you actually get to hear Frankie be Frankie in one part. Yeah, I remember that song too. Actually,
yeah, it's a change of location could be very refreshing.
Yeah,
and
concentrating on one plot.
I was gonna say, I think that's
their main flaw is that they have so many stuff going on.
I feel like that's the main saving grace of this movie is it has one plot and it focuses on it.
Yeah. And when you actually give it more time, we can actually like these characters because we have more development.
Have actual chemistry together. They're clearly having fun together.
And with their co-stars.
Yeah, it helps. So yeah, is it a good movie? No, but is it by far the most tolerable one of these? Yes.
Absolutely. And now we get to the final one we're going to talk about, which is a knockoff. It's Winter a Go-Go, and again, a pretty good cast.
And it's in in Ski Party, it's not at the beach, but the same ideas and principles in beach movies are present here.
And the cast includes James Stacey, William Wellman Jr., Beverly Adams.
Yep.
I mean, Wellman Jr. and Beverly Adams are together in this, and they get married at the end, and they're by far the best part, because they're really cute together.
Well, they're also... their characters are actually, they're likable, nice, because they're nice, but everyone else in this movie's a jerk.
It's obvious from the beginning Beverly Adams has a huge crush on William Wellman Jr., which is kind of cute actually. But with this one, like a beach movie, it has a million plot points.
Yeah.
And that was the one we liked the most. Like, if the whole movie was that, it wouldn't have been that bad.
So, to me,
It would have been like Ski Party.
Yeah. To me, a big problem with this movie is it doesn't have some bad ideas.
No, it doesn't actually.
But it doesn't go through with any of them. So it hurts watching it because you're like, that wasn't a bad idea.
Yeah.
But, like, for instance, you have a main couple that's actually charming.
Yeah.
Willie Wellman Jr. and Beverly Adams, which Beverly Adams in this movie is like they're kind of like secretary. She's the only one that doesn't dress sexualized because she's not one of the dancers.
But she looks like Beverly Adams.
Yeah, but and it's not like, William Wellman Jr. is looking at anyone else.
No.
But no, she clearly likes him, and then
Good taste.
and they like have a bond and everything.
And you get to see them evolve from dating to getting married, which is nice.
Well, so what happens in the movie is, so it introduces this tension between the two of them, like, right away.
Yeah.
And then it tries to go through the plot. Granted, this would have been a pretty mundane plot that we've seen a million times.
They try opening up a winter resort.
Yes.
Which sounds more interesting than it is.
That's not the plot I was talking about. But yeah, that's the plot
that's
of the
main
movie.
plot.
Yeah. Well, so what I was talking about is but that is the plot of the movie. They build up a winter resort.
See, it's so bad we don't even know which plot we're talking about.
Because there's so many.
There is.
Okay, so William Wellman Jr. and Beverly Adams, they have a tension together because they're at this, winter club, and, she clearly likes him. That's what we get right off the bat. While they definitely have a thing for each other, it's most obvious that she likes him.
She even says, like, oh, I have this one friend, you think...
she does that thing.
Like, and she likes this guy, you think, yeah. And we were just going like, where's that friend of yours?
Like, is your friend gonna come? Yeah. Well, this one was an easy one to riff.
If you love riffing movies, I recommend this one because it's incredibly easy to riff.
It's so easy to riff. But, so what they do is...
It's fun to riff, actually.
It is. So what they do is...
Like, even though it had a lot of plots, I just want to say it didn't hurt my brain like a beach movie does.
So, they have this plot that would have been bad, and you would have seen a million things, but it would have at least, moved the arc forward, and this is like, maybe less than halfway through the movie, and where Beverly Adams pretends to be somebody else because she wants to woo William Wellman Jr., and, I guess pretends to be a friend of hers or something.
Like the Lady Eve if it sucked. I don't know.
Well, then he knows it's her right away, and instead of having him play along with it, he just tells her, I know it's you. And then they're together for the rest of the movie, and the movie still has, more than halfway to go.
So there's our favorite part.
I was like, okay, it introduced a plot, and the actors are fine in it.
I actually liked,
Yeah, because they're charming people, and then it abandons it. It's like, we're just gonna throw these two together.
And then they get married, so...
But it's like, why introduce it if you're just gonna do that? Why not just have them together in the first place?
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Also...
That's not the only plot that it does.
I mean, this is kind of like Love Boat if it was at a hotel and it sucked. I mean, because there's so many different stuff going on and people in this hotel.
It's the Love Hotel.
Which it was a TV series that did not last very long. No Gavin McLeod here.
Well... Like, for example, there's a plot, like, the villains in this movie aren't really bad guys. They actually...
In the end, they come around.
Yeah, they help them, but it shows that they don't actually, want to hurt these people. And again, it's like, are we, watching it, I was like, oh my god, are we actually gonna get interesting villains in a beach knockoff movie? And then, of course, they barely expand upon this. I'm like, this is a good idea, having the villains actually have backstories and stuff, but nope, they were like, yeah, we're gonna, hint at it and kind of talk about it, but we're not really going to explore upon it. And then it's like, well, then why even have it? Why would you introduce it if you're not really going to go into it? If it's just gonna be, it's going to be there for 2 seconds and then gone.
But the major bad moments of this movie is the one Asian stereotype, which is, it makes Mickey Rooney Breakfast at Tiffany's look like Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, it makes King Kong look really good, and that's bad.
And and James Stacey also trying to bed all the girls there. Aside from Beverly, obviously, because she ain't having any.
No, and he doesn't try.
Yeah. And also like but all his attempts fall flat on his face. So that's at least it has that going for it. Because like there should be consequences for just trying to bed every single girl. And William Wellman tries to keep the hotel
chase.
Yeah, which is a good idea
because they're all going to be working together. You don't want the drama. Yeah.
There's a lot of ass shots in this movie too.
There is.
Not very well directed.
Lots of musical numbers where it's just these women who are no Rockettes just dancing.
The musical numbers are very annoying.
They are annoying.
And one of the girls in this was the female lead in a movie we'll talk about another week.
Yeah.
Loud Guitar.
Nancy Czar.
Yeah.
Like I didn't recognize her at first, but once she danced, I was like, "Holy shit!"
That. You're like, I remember her. Once when she danced.
Once when she danced, because I'm like, nobody dances that like so much like a malfunctioning robot as Nancy Czar.
Yeah.
That is her. I mean, like she dances like she is like trying to do the Heimlich to herself.
So one of the girls, James Stacey, tries to woo, and he ends up embarrassing himself.
Yeah.
I mean, at least at the end,
it does the same joke 20 times.
I know, but at least at the end, like his actions, like he doesn't get any girl because they're like, no,
like you just want to bed
Yeah, exactly.
Us, try to be more like William Wellman Jr., an actual likable character.
Yeah.
Well,
at least this movie has likable characters because a lot of movies like this do not.
There's also this moment between these two. Another very brief side plot that is solved way too quickly because this movie does not care about pacing.
Yeah.
It's a nerd guy and a girl who likes the nerd and the nerd doesn't know. And I was like, granted, you change it up by having a nerd in there, but isn't this the same type of plot that we saw with William Wellman Jr. and Beverly Adams? Except,
with the genders swapped?
No,
they're not. Never mind, it's the same thing.
It's just, the only difference is they're more annoying and they don't really have chemistry.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I feel like that's one thing with this movie. The pacing is way off. Because
the one plot that works is resolved way too soon.
Yeah, it introduces things too late. It ends things too early. And it has not bad ideas, like with, having...
It's like 2 TV shows put together.
Yeah, like having, it's like 2 TV episodes together almost, like, because it has, villains with actual backstories. Well, it tries to have it. And it has a main couple that's not, you're not like... oh, now we have to sit through the, stupid teen main couple because they aren't, they're fine in this, but it doesn't care. This movie just wants to, I guess, get a few bucks. It doesn't care about the script, anything, because if it cared, it would have developed on any of these ideas it has, and it doesn't, so it's actually painful to watch at times, because you're like, I know it, because I can see some thing trying to escape from this movie that's like an actual plotted movie with a beginning, a middle, and an end, but it doesn't want to do it.
But it's easy to riff though.
Oh yeah, definitely riff it if you can. Alright, that's all the beach movies again. We have in knockoffs again, we haven't seen all the beach movies, and can you blame us because we clearly don't like them.
But when it comes to riffing, there's a lot of material.
There is material. You'll get a headache riffing them sometimes. Yeah. Alright, so also because we didn't get to talk last week, I just want to let you know, on the blog we have one thing is we have a movie review, and the noir we recently reviewed was I Was a Communist for the FBI.
Very interesting one to review.
Yeah. Is it as stupid as it sounds, or is it actually better than it sounds? Find out.
It's not. I mean, it's not as stupid as it sounds.
What?
But why?
Well, then we have our actor retrospective this week was on one of our all-time favorite film noir leads, and that is Richard Conte.
We love him.
Yeah, you get to hear how why and how much we love him.
We're just like, Richard Conte!
We love you, but it's more than gushing, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully it...
we need our suggestions.
Oh yes, and our suggestions.
She's like leaving the website like, okay, nothing to see here.
Yeah, I talked to our Richard Connie, I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, we should also mention we lost a very important person of classic Hollywood.
And someone who is in actually some good beach movies that take place at the beach. Not beach movies, movies that take place at the beach.
You know, an actor that you like could actually never be unlikable
No.
is we lost Tab Hunter. We have an obituary to him written by Bianca online.
Thank you.
And anything you want to say about it?
Well, I've seen his documentary, so I know a lot of what he felt about the movies he made, and him personally. It was incredibly interesting. I recommend it. So I used a lot of what I learned there. I saw about maybe 2 years ago, and I still remember so much of it. So I'd recommend seeing that. But also, there's a lot of really good movies to see of him. So I guess just a way to honor him would be to watch him.
Alright, and movies to watch this weekend. One that we both recommended for Noir Alley this week at TCM. You can
for
watch,
Summer Noir.
For Summer Noir, yes, you can watch Roadblock, which it's worth seeing because it stars Charles McGraw.
Yay, we love him!
Yeah. He's not just in support, he is the lead.
Where he belongs.
Yep. I agree. Who doesn't hear that voice and think?
I know.
Yes.
Star.
Alright, B has 2.
Well, Roadblock, as we mentioned, and Walk Don't Run, which is one of our favorite remakes, because it's one of the remakes where we actually like it like as much as the original.
Well, I like the original more, but I do like the remake.
I like them equally. I can decide which one I like better. Because
the remake has Jim Hutton. That always is nice.
It's a remake of The More the Merrier, and it actually offers the original plot while also offering a lot of different things.
Yeah, it does things different with it, which is nice.
Cary Grant's last film, and he's hilarious.
He's great in it.
He's having a good time, clearly. And it's directed by the great Charles Walters, very underrated but very wonderful. So, and it's 1966, but it's just like one from the early 60s.
And it definitely does enough different with the original idea, like you said. Yeah. And it's well, I mean, just because you see so many remakes and there's like you're watching the same thing just with different actors. That's not what this is. It reimagines it.
And Leonard Maltin likes this one too, like as much as he likes The More the Merrier. He gave it the same rating.
Yeah.
So highly recommend. If you haven't seen it and you want to see what a good remake looks like.
And you want to see Cary Grant's last movie?
Yep. Yeah. And you want to see a cute couple with Jim Hutton and Samantha Agar.
Yes, but according to both of us, you should see Roadblock, so do that.
and yes, watch both of them.
Alright. So, see you next time.
Bye.